Well, I'm back and I'm starting another project. I'm going to make a blackout panel for the front window of my minivan. And I think I have enough the supplies left for at least one more. And if it's only one more, then I'm going to make it so it's reversible, so I can use it on either window. Because I noticed a couple of times when I was camping last year, the sun was going down. The sun would come right in through that window. And so I didn't have panels for the two front. So I bought those child screens and tried that. But of course that doesn't fit the whole window. And it probably looks funny. So I thought, well, okay. So I'm going to make a panel for that side. And depending on how I park, which way the sun is coming in. Because it warms up the van inside when you're in warm areas. So I'm going to do that today. I have this big roll of brown paper that's good for wrapping up things you're shipping or making patterns for craft projects. So I'm going to be using this today. These are past paper patterns that I made for my minivan blackout panels for the back. These are in case I need to make more. I kept them around. I don't know how long the corrugated plastic will work, but so far it's lasted for a year and it will keep going. So far I'm really good with it. Alright, now that I got all this together, we're going to go outside and measure the window for the approximate size. I need this paper, brown paper, to start the pattern. Let's go. So, can you see me? No. Okay, so the size I need, I have no idea if you can see me or not. But the size I need, I have to measure. I'm going to cut it like a little rectangle out of that brown paper. So I need the size to cut the brown paper. And it looks like 3.5 feet will do, going one way. And then the highest point is in the back here, and 2 feet. So 3.5 feet by 2 feet is what I need to cut out of that brown pattern paper, or shipping paper. I don't know what they call it, but brown paper. So let's go back in and do that. So we've determined that it's 3.5 by 2 feet that we need. I'm cutting it roughly at 3.5 feet across. This is a big roll, so it's hard to work with. Now I'm going to measure 2.5 feet down roughly. That's a little past the end of this table here. So I've cut my pattern roughly at 3.5 by 2 feet, my pattern paper. And now we're going to go out and I'll show you how I get the pattern. Well, here we are again. I have my brown paper that I'm going to shape into my pattern. So you want to get your paper lined up flat against your window first. And make it a little overlap on all the edges as much as you can, because now we're going to start to shape it for your pattern. And the way to do that is you're just going to press up against where the rubber meets the glass, and you're going to fold it down, and then you're going to take your tape and tape it. I don't want to use a knife like an X-Acto knife. Gotta find the end of your tape first. I don't want to use an X-Acto knife because I don't want to accidentally cut my rubber. And those X-Acto knives can be pretty sharp. But if you're confident enough, of course, go for it. But I just put it up here, and I'm doing a little bit at a time to keep it in perspective. So I'm just putting a strip there, and that's my first hold. Then I'm going to scoot it along and find another nice place where it looks like it's pretty nice up against the glass and the rubber, and put another piece of tape. Now, at some point, because you're going around corners, you're going to be starting to fold the paper. So I'm putting my whole arm weight, and I'm pushing up with my fingernails. And then once I find my spot, I think I'm going to start bringing that one down a little. And you can see that it's starting to fold here because it's going towards a lower end. I don't know if you can see this on my finger. Ignore it. I pinched myself on the tripod. Okay, I'm putting my arm here to get pressure, and I'm walking my fingers up to the edge. And you can see that this is now folding down. So I'm just going to fold it. And I'm going to bring this down here and put my tape and just fold it. Okay? We're going to get around the corner here. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to turn you a little bit. Put my arm here, and I'm walking my fingers up, pushing the paper up. I did bring this one up, but I'm going to put it back down. Put my finger here to hold it in place, finding this little wrinkle. And I'm going to put that down. You know, you can also take a pencil and put it up through around there too and draw along, I'm sure, and make your mark. But I prefer this method. Now in this corner, I'm putting my hand up here. I'm pushing it all to the edge, into the corner. And then I'm bringing my paper down to a fold, kind of like if you were wrapping a present. Make sure this is up. Fold your end, make it a fold. Fold your end along the window. Make sure you're all even on the other side. I don't know if you can see that, but I folded up the corner and folded it down and then lapped it over. Same with the side here. Just do the best you can to fold it down. It might come to you while you're doing it. And I'm just going all the way along the bottom here. And there you go. You're all creased at the bottom. and your crease at top. I don't want to shape it here in the car. I might take it into my art room to shape it, so I'm just quickly getting it in the pattern form, and then I'll take it in there and trim it to one side. If it's a little small, that's okay. It'll work out in the end, but you want it as close as possible. So you can see that I'm at this end and this end very tight, and I'm really tight up here. There's a little gap here, but that's okay. That's going to work out. And I'm just going to take the time to tape this pretty good before I carry it in the house so it doesn't lose its shape. I didn't know I was going to do this. I thought I was done with my blackout panels. I'm glad I wasn't, so I could show you how to make them. But I learned that just from experience from, you know, boondocking or camping somewhere, that the sun comes down and it comes through these windows sometimes. And depending on this or that side, I'm going to make this reversible so I can flip it back and forth. Of course, I have the front shade. In fact, I bought new front shade covers for my windshield in front. And then I have these little child screens that I can put up on the other one that you can kind of see through. But for the side where the sun is coming down over the horizon, it does come in, and places where it's warmer, it does heat up your van. So that's why I'm making it. Just to keep my van as cool as possible when I'm camping in warm areas. Okay, I think that's good, huh? Hopefully you'll find a way to do it. That's why you want to get to the approximate size of your window. You really don't want as much left over as I had, where I had to fold it up almost, halfway? So I was a little bit big, but still I made it work. And you can make it work too. Now I'm going to take this in and we're going to finish it off. Finish it off, making it a front pattern. Yay! Let's go. Back with my pattern. Now we're going to fix the pattern so that we can use it on the corrugated plastic. So let's begin. Okay, I'm ready to begin. So let's cut in the crease along the edges here. So I'm just going to take my scissors and use it to smooth it down. Then I'm going to stick my scissors in here and pull straight up. Be careful about paper cuts. When you're sliding along here, cutting your seam, go slow. You go too fast, possibility of a cut. I've had so many paper cuts. Okay, so I cut that, and then I'm going to go up. I'm going up the side of this end, so I can pull this off. Okay, next, I think I'll go up this edge, right through there. Keep along the seam. cut that away. Now let's go this way. And now I'm going down this final piece here. Voila. Now we've got one sheet the size of my window. And I made a little tear there, didn't I? But what I'm going to do is what I did with my last patterns was put this little masking tape about halfway, something like that. See, about halfway, and I'm going to fold it over on the edge. And just kind of keep it going and fill in that spot. I can also go the other way. I'm just going to go, well, yeah, let's go halfway the other way, up. So it looks like that. You can see that it's halfway. Fold it over. Keep going straight up. And there you got a nice rounded edge, square edge, because this was a square edge end, right? And this helps so you don't get paper cuts. They're annoying. Paper cuts are like really annoying. So I just go along the whole pattern. In the future, I may want to make another one. This one might get old and used. I don't know if they have black corrugated plastic. Apparently I didn't get it though. I'm sure they do. So I'm going to fold it over. Get a nice edge on this. With the edge like this little kind of corner here, it's always a little bit more difficult to go around. So kind of end it at the corner, get another little piece, and then just do this. Kind of overlap it like that. Go up. Make them meet at the corner. This is me getting a little carried away with my pattern. But, I want it to last to be able to use it again. Take these off. And so you can see it's like not totally perfect. Kind of high here and then it goes low. So I think I want to stay with this high. So I'm going to start there and kind of bring everything about the same to that height of this little heel here, or little, I don't know what you call it. Okay, so this is the corrugated plastic that I'm going to put my pattern on and trace it, and it looks like it's only going to be enough for one window. Oh well. That's okay. I'm going to make it reversible so I can go on either side. It will work out. So I lined up my pattern on the edge. Then I taped it down. And drew around with a felt pen to make my pattern rounding off. I rounded this end off a little bit so that when I cut it, it will be a little bit rounder. But I'm not done. It's nice for the window, but I need a couple of tabs. So when I put it up against the window, I can pull it out easily without having to pry it around my rubber, around my window. So I'm going to put a couple of tabs on it. One I think I'll put here. Just a wide enough tab up there. And then I'm going to go on this end and put a tab. I find the end ones help on my other ones. Doesn't have to be perfect, just long enough so that when you got it up against the window and you want to pull it back out, you pull on the tabs and you can pry it out easier. Okay, I got my box knife and I'm gonna cut this so I can work with it. Be careful when you're working with box knives. Always point away from yourself, not toward yourself. Always keep your fingers clear. I've seen so many people cut themselves with these things. If you got a good pair of scissors, that works too. Not your mother's sewing scissors, though. You know that never works. This works slowly, carefully, planned, and not toward your fingers. I'm thinking of putting white contact paper on this table I have, but after using that knife, look at all the slices. Okay, now we're going to take it and we're going to go test to see if it will fit in the window. This can fold this way and we'll fold this one in. But we want them also to be able to fold the other way for reversible, right? Let's go take it out, see if it fits. Okay, I got it up, but it's a tight fit. So I'm going to be trimming it down. See the tabs? This is real tight. I don't want it that tight. I still have to put black vinyl on it. And then I'm going to put black duct tape around the seams to make it, you know, nicer looking, plus you don't cut yourself on it. But the bottom is straight, very straight. So that's good. And then you can see, I don't know how well you can see coming up the side. I'm going to cut a little bit down off the front here. It's less invasive and this looks like a good fit. So if I cut here, I think it will loosen it up. I'm also going to cut along the top here. And that means I'll lengthen my tabs a little bit, but I'm going to shorten it up here and in front. So I'm going to mark it with my felt pen to see where I want it, how much I want it marked, how much I want to cut off to make it work. And then on the top, I think I'm going to just put my felt pen along the edge here and just follow it. Like this. And I want to cut that much off. And I can go around this edge. So you see that I just took the marker and I'm going to cut along this. I think this will probably come down a little bit. We'll trim all that off and then we'll test it again. Alright, I'm going to trim a little bit off the top here. And then we'll put the vinyl on, the black vinyl. Okay, so I took it in, I trimmed it. So it snaps right into place now. And I almost cut off my corner by mistake. I still think I want to trim it just a tad bit more. But it's not as tight as it was. I don't want to trim it back here anymore. I'm good there. Bottom's good. But a little bit maybe up here on this side of the tab. And over here is good. So basically just a little off the top here. And this is finished. Then I'm going to be putting my black contact paper on it. I hope I have enough to do both sides of it. And then I'm going to take duct tape like I did to repair my cut all along the edges. And I'll have to cut that in half. And we'll see it all finished. And then I'll be ready for this camping season. Yay! It'll be fun. I can't wait. I'll trim off a little bit off the top here, off this top, and then I'll put on the black contact paper. Let's hope I have enough. All right. Let me look for my black contact paper. I have a bunch left over. Black contact paper from other projects. Let's see if we can use any of this up. I might have to piece together some contact paper and make sure I have enough. I'm going to tape the contact paper so it doesn't slip while I'm working with it. Again with my painter's tape. And get my box knife and I'm going to trim. Alright, I'm going to start at one end. One corner, and you take the paper off. Put a little tape to help you on the edge. That's where you want it. And then you want to line it up over here too. Put a little tape. Since you don't have 5 hands, use the tape. Okay. Now start peeling back the paper. And as you're peeling back the paper, smooth out your contact paper slowly. Just go one way, go the other way. See how putting those painting masking tape on the edges there, it really helps and helping you to hold close to the edge on both sides. And smooth it as you go. Just go slow so if you can catch any mistakes before they occur. At this point, I think I can take this masking tape off. so that I can pull this edge to the edge and smooth it. Just go slow because you develop bubbles if you don't. I'm already getting bubbles. I'm just going to pull that off now. Lift this up and kind of wiggle your way. Get those bubbles out. Use your fingers and go back and forth. Iron out bubbles. And there you go. You got one end up. Okay. Nice, huh? That's good enough. Take this off. Yeah. Then we'll do the edge. Here. In a moment. Now I gotta find some small piece. I want to use some small piece on this. That'll work nicely. But you know what? I think I will see if I got enough to get the other side done. This is how I use up my craft stuff. We need this side done, right? Because it's going to be reversible. Oh my goodness. I think I lucked out. I think I have enough. Okay. I think I got it where I need it. Now my tape edges. Apparently I have a crazy size here. It's not perfectly straight. So I gotta do what I gotta do. Perfect. Now I can trim it. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and tape that end before I continue. Alright, that being done, let's begin. Where should I begin? If it's not completely, like this piece, if it's not completely even, don't worry about it because you're putting black duct tape over it later. And it will cover it up. I feel safer starting with this end over here, this corner. Separate the paper. Fold the paper over, line your corner, and it's taped on the ends here. I can go up under here, grab that folded piece of paper, and start pulling, and as I'm pulling, I'm smoothing slowly. This would be any contact paper job. This is how you just apply contact paper, is starting at a corner, securing your edges if you have that opportunity, and slowly coming and smoothing it. To get all bubbles out. Sometimes you can get away with lifting it back up in a certain area and trying again. With this corrugated plastic, it doesn't stick like glue, so you have a little more lenient, a little more forgiving than other projects. This corrugated plastic will also bend pretty easy. And this helps keep it together. While you're bending it, trying to put it in place in the window and all. It's the glue that keeps it together. And there you go with your second piece. Voila! I am not buying more contact paper for this job. So I'm going to use up my contact paper I have here. Oh, things aren't lining up. I'm just going to slap it on there. You can't see it anyway. And I'm trying to use up all this contact paper. Ta-da! Now I'm just going to trim it, and I'm going to put on my black masking tape. Okay, let's call that good. Now I just have to find this is my black duct tape. And I do strips. I'm going to bring it down tight. I'm not always perfect. I just want things done. Okay. You can see I got a nice edge, so I won't cut myself. I think I got enough to do this whole thing. Going around corners, you gotta do smaller strips. Just finishing up the duct tape, which I've been just taking strips off. Black duct tape. I'm just doing it, working in smaller strips, and about halfway on one side I apply it, and since this is the tab, I'm going to cut it to the end of the tab and fold it over. And the tabs, I mean, the duct tape's pretty flexible. So that's all the way around. Now I'm just gonna put a few around the tabs, just so that I don't cut myself when I'm trying to take them off. We are finished. We now have our blackout panel for the front window. Not perfect, but it will work. Let's go check it out. Okay, voila. There you go. A blackout panel with tabs to pull out when you need to on both sides. Sometimes it's easier to pull the tab on the smaller edge and then peel it back. But look at that. No blackout panel is perfect. But it's good enough, right? It will work for me because I'm not trying to be stealth. But the tabs work good to pull it out. There you go. You pull it out, put it back in. And it will bend and everything. This corrugated plastic, but it still seems to work. It's been working for me for a year for my back windows, and I have all my back windows, and this is versatile. I can put it on this side or this side depending on which way that sun's going down and it's on the horizon. I'm glad I got it finished today. It's because of this channel that I'm actually getting things done, because I'm filming it to show other people how to do it, and I got it done. Now I'm ready to go camping. Push it in. Ta-da! We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching. We'll see what I come up with next. Bye-bye.